And a very good afternoon to you. I'm Lisa Lord with the CBC News Break. The National Union of Public Workers has the green light to ramp up industrial action against the Barbados Investment and Development Corporation. The union got the go-ahead from its National Council yesterday afternoon. That's when officials met to discuss and determine the next course of action in response to the termination of 13 workers aged 60 years and over at the BIDC. NUPW President Akani McDowell is hoping a meeting that was slated for 10:30 this morning with Industry Minister Donville Innes will help avert plans for a possible national shutdown where the union could call out all workers of statutory boards.
Coming out of that meeting, we would hope that he would at least encourage the board to change their position and withdraw those letters. If that is not done, then we will have to start the process of industrial action.
An elderly woman is now assessing her losses after fire destroyed her home and all of its contents in Speightstown, St. Peter. 84-year-old Eileen Bernice Reese was at home at the time but thankfully escaped unharmed as fire gutted the small one-bedroom wooden structure at Bevelle Road last evening around 7:15. Two tenders from the St. James Fire Station responded with 7 officers under the command of Acting Deputy Chief Fire Officer Lloydston Phillips. Other nearby homes were spared as the team was able to restrict the blaze to the lone residents. Police and fire officials are now investigating the cause of that fire. Well, still no word as yet on the whereabouts of 25-year-old LaSanta Katrina Gill of Belfield Road, Jackson in St. Michael. CBC News understands that Gill is the mother of 6-year-old Johan King, who died at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital on Monday. Police are asking Gill to contact the nearest police station as soon as possible. Lawmen are treating the boy's death as unnatural, and a post-mortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. We'll also bring you more information as it becomes available. Well, Registrar of the Supreme Court Barbara Cook-Alene is warning young girls not to cover up crimes for any man. That was her message to graduates of the St. Bartholomew Primary School.
You have to make some good choices out there, young ladies. Yes, think of you, put you first. Doesn't make sense going to jail for him. Does that sound like it makes sense? It does not. So make some good choices and stay on path so that you may actually reach your goal.
The Supreme Court Registrar was speaking at the school's graduation held at the Ammon Bay Center last evening under the theme Reach for the Stars. She also told the students that many youngsters are using illegal drugs and advised the graduates to just say no.
I want you all to know that the law says that from age 11, you can be charged for any crime in Barbados from age 11. So now your actions may have legal consequences. So make some very good choices from now on. So always say no to drugs. What we found as well, that some children might come to the court for stealing or behaving badly on the streets. When we do the tests on drugs, they're positive. So drugs impacts on you not only to come to court possession of it, but in other areas as well. So always say no to drugs.
There is a suggestion that high-rise housing solutions should be used as an option to attract young aspiring homeowners. It's coming from Chief Town Planner Mark Cummins. He reveals that the last census showed an increase in the number of one-story homes and believes that the high-rise solutions will provide more affordable opportunities for ownership.
Between the 2000 census and 2010, Barbados saw an additional 13,000 housing units. Now, that doesn't match the population, but if you look at Barbados's household size of 2.6, I think it's 2.6, it matches any developed country, any developed country in the world. So here in Barbados, we have an average household size of 2.6 persons.
Mr. Cummins was speaking at a news briefing on Barbados's preparations for Habitat 3. That's the 3rd United Nations Global Summit at the National Housing Corporation. The Chief Town Planner also says there are numerous vacant lots across the country, which after time become health concerns.
Right now in Barbados, we have a significant number of vacant lots where persons, you buy a lot, then it takes you 7 to 10 years to pay for it. So during that period of time that you're paying for it, it becomes overgrown. Then we have problems on the public health side. Now again, I'm not saying that we will not have situations where persons will be able to buy a lot, because that choice should be there. But we must have a balance whereby we look at more turnkey solutions.
Well, it was also revealed at that meeting that several of the urban issues in Barbados will be heard at the Global Summit to be held in October next year in Quito, Ecuador. In preparation for the event, a national committee has been established, while stakeholder consultations and 5 community meetings have also been scheduled. Economist and co-chair of the committee, Jeremy Stephen, outlined some of the urban issues in Barbados which should be addressed.
For Barbados to really flourish in the next 20 years, we do have to at least become a city-state in some form or fashion. But we do have a number of primary issues that currently inhibit us from doing so, namely bad transportation links. And when I say bad, I mean it not in a relative sense, but just bad. Number 2, we have a variety of housing, but with limited support or infrastructural support.
We'll have regional and international stories after the break.